You know the vibes. Welcome back to another episode of the Hoop Genius podcast brought to you by NBA 2K24. Myself, Mamuzi, alongside the one and only three-time NBA champion, Mr. BJ Armstrong. BJ, how you doing, my brother?
Real name. No gimmicks. I'm getting straight to it today, Mo. I'm getting straight to it today. You know I'm getting straight to it.
This is a show where we bring you the hottest topics in the NBA. We have breaking news.
Okay, what you got?
League-altering news. Generational news that was unveiled today. Skims has been named the official underwear partner of the NBA. Kim Kardashian's company has announced a multi-year partnership, making Skims the official underwear partner. In case anyone out there has ever thought, what underwear are these guys wearing? Now you know they're going to be forced to wear Skims. I don't know how they're going to check that they're the official underwear partner. I don't know what this exactly means, BJ. I don't know how it affects anything by anyone. It is great for the NBA, to get in front of Kim Kardashian's audience. And it's great for the Kardashians to sign a multi-year partnership. Because a lot of the guys they date struggle to get multi-year contracts, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Okay, Mo, I'm going to ask the questions now. Okay, so we're reversing the format of the show today.
Okay.
Mo,
yes,
please explain to me how this partnership works. I need explanation. This is an announcement where I need to read the fine print. How does this relationship work?
Okay, well, Skims Men, it's an underwear range, I believe, and Skims for Men have launched on October 26th, which features 3 collections of everyday essentials, blah, 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 blah. In their recent commercial, they had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but the partnership basically means that Skims will receive media exposure across a variety of league platforms, including through on-court virtual signage during NBA and WNBA national broadcasts, as well as the league's official social and digital platforms. So that means, when you're scrolling through social media and you're watching the highlights, you're catching up, then you're going to scroll through an underwear advert. Or you're going to be watching a game and you're going to see a player at the scorer's table to check in, and just below the player on the advertising board is going to be an underwear advert. I don't really understand what's going on here. I mean, it's great.
Is this a new product launch? Tell me,
I guess.
Help me understand. Is this a new product launch? I mean, the only Skims that I know is made for women.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to understand. I don't know. Is this a new product launch? Is that what we are referring to?
Yes. I believe they've started making boxer briefs for men.
Okay.
I've just gone on the website. It's 30 for a 3-pack. It's £52. Fam, I will go to Costco and buy 100 boxes for £52. I'll just keep it 100. And then they have Skim Sports designed to aid performance. They do tights and undershirts and undervests. So I don't know if that's going to be Skims or if that's still going to be Nike. They haven't clarified.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to figure this thing out.
They haven't really said anything. Oh, okay. Here's what they said in the press release. Together, Skims, the NBA, WNBA, and USA Basketball will leverage the power of basketball to generate excitement and demand by showing up in an unexpected way. Fans will see the partnership come to life at marquee future events, including NBA All-Star and the NBA in-season tournament. But I still don't know what the hell this, it's great. You've got Kim Kardashian taking a picture with Adam Silver, holding a basketball. So now all her fans may check out the NBA. Great for the NBA. That's 500 million new eyeballs potentially tuning in. Are they going to tune in and watch a game because the NBA is paying Kim Kardashian for her underwear brand? I don't know.
It seems odd to me because I'm okay, are they launching a new? I mean, again, I'm not familiar with it, so I'm just asking, and I'm being serious. I'm being totally serious.
Yeah. So am I. I just don't understand what they're doing because no one sees the underwear in the NBA for obvious reasons. So they're just letting us know that under the players' shorts, they're wearing Skims. if they really are.
What about the compression things that I thought so is that
so Skims make those things as well, but it doesn't
it seems a conflict of interest, right? Doesn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't specify if that's going to be Nike or Skims. But it wouldn't make sense for it to not be Nike because Nike need their logo. Because that's their deal with the NBA.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was very random. I don't really get it. Salute to Kim Kardashian getting to the bag though. We'd love to see it secure the bag. Yes. In every way possible. Yes. Kim Kardashian, send us some Skims. I'll wear them for the podcast. How about that?
That's a thought I really that's not the thought, Mo, that I want on a random Monday evening here in America. Mo, man, doing the podcast with Skims.
No. For all of you guys listening, underwear, just go to Costco and it's just super cheap, super comfy. That's all you need to know. I don't know about Skims. I don't know about none of this. I'm a simple guy. I want the Costco sponsorship, BJ. If we could pick any sponsor, obviously we love NBA 2K24, but if we could pick another sponsor out of every brand in the world to sponsor the show, who would it be?
Apple.
They don't sponsor anyone, but that would be beautiful. that would be beautiful. I mean, I would love like a mortgage company to sponsor the show and send us some houses for a signing bonus. That would be my dream. But let's not digress. Let's talk about some actual NBA stuff.
This is actual NBA stuff.
This is so far from actual NBA stuff. I've never once in my life considered what underwear NBA players wear. Ever.
I mean, I don't even.
Go on.
No. I after the show, I'm just going to go on the internet to see the jokes that's going to follow. I'm going to see the jokes that's going to follow this announcement. But congratulations.
Yeah. Congratulations to the NBA. Congratulations to Kim Kardashian.
And that was a random piece of information.
Yeah. Well, yesterday on the show, we talked about Bismack Biyombo signing with the Memphis Grizzlies.
Yes.
So today, the people at Bleacher Report have put together a list of current free agents and teams that they think they'd fit well on. So we're going to run through this list, and I want to get your take on whether or not these signings would be beneficial or they should look in another direction for these teams. Okay. Number one on the list, there's 5 on the list. JaMychal Green, formerly of the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, wow.
To the Charlotte Hornets. What do you think about that? The Hornets are a team who are awful from downtown, and Green shoots, 37% on his career. I think he shot like over 50% one season in Golden State.
And when you speak with executives, I love it when they always say, he's on the board. He's in the mix. It's a really good name. Hey, Mo, that's a really good name.
I love those cliches.
I love that too.
What do you think of that signing, though? Do you think it would help?
Well, I don't know how much it would help right now because they have young players. They've had some health issues, obviously, with LaMelo Ball. You have this kid, Brandon Miller, who looks like he's going to be a really good player. I can't think of the kid's name right now. The big kid who.
Mark Williams.
The kid who was going off on.
Oh, no. That was Kai Jones, who went a little bit off the rails.
Yeah. So, he went a little bit, a little bit,
enough
where the team, where the team had to require some discipline action. So, disciplinary action. So, okay. So I think right now they are in the stage of kind of figure out who they are, more so than just trying to plug in a veteran who could help them win games. I'm not sure if it's a good fit on a timeline. However, I think, and all jokes aside, I think it's a good name, though. I think he is a good player, a good veteran. And, I think you want to give that a little time before you go down that path. So let's see. But I think that's a really good name, seriously.
Okay. The next one is very interesting to me. They think that John Wall should join the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ricky Rubio's put a pause on his career to focus on other things. And then they've, of course, got Darius Garland at the point guard spot, and they've signed Ty Jerome. And then Donovan Mitchell plays some minutes at the point guard as well. So they're pretty thin in their guard rotation. What do you think about them getting John Wall on board?
I don't think that's a good fit. And here's why. You have Darius Garland, who needs the ball. You have Donovan Mitchell, who needs the ball. If you have two dominant guards as is, both are under 6'3", you're going to add another ball-dominant guard who's not going to complement Donovan Mitchell. So, I was watching our Detroit Pistons the other day. John Wall, I think, would be good for the Chicago Bulls. I think he would be good for them.
Why?
And here's why I say that. It's because, I watched him a little bit last year out here with the Clippers. He still has burst of speed. He has burst. He has moments where you'll see his speed. It's not as prolific as it was some years ago, talking about that version of John Wall, but he has burst. He plays with burst now. I think when you watch the Bulls, it's clear to me that they don't have a lead guard who can play downhill and create opportunities for their two best players, right? Their two best players is Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan. John Wall can facilitate. He could play screen roll with Vucevic, and he will give them a player that they don't have, which plays with speed and quickness on the floor.
Yeah, coming off the bench.
Coming off the bench and kind of give them a look in which they don't have. They don't have that type of player. You've heard me say it, Mo. Everyone has to have a guard or someone who can play downhill, play in transition, create opportunities in the open court. And I think he would be a nice fit for them in that regard, because clearly Lonzo Ball gave them that.
Yeah.
And I think John Wall is an older version of that.
Yeah, I think Lonzo's a much better shooter. The Lonzo we saw in Chicago is a much better shooter than what John Wall is.
And think about what we're saying. Lonzo Ball, when he first came in, now he's a better shooter. Think about what we're saying right now. Right now, you need someone who can get the ball to your best players and can play.
Yeah,
they play with speed.
They signed Javon Carter thinking he'd give them some of that speed and lock up on defense, especially what they lost in Patrick Beverley. But you're right. Kobe White, they're waiting for him to take that kind of leap that they hoped he would take.
Yeah, and Kobe White is a nice player in his own right. However, I think John Wall will give them a different type of player that really takes advantage of the way the game is played and coached today. So I think that would be a good fit. I like John Wall. I like some things that he did, and I think now he may be in a different space mentally than he was maybe a year ago. But if I were the Bulls, I would look to pick up a veteran like that because the Bulls look like a team that wants to try to win. However, right now they just don't have the personnel that's fitting currently this early in the season.
Yeah, I think it's only a matter of time before they blow up that team, but we'll talk about that on another day. The third player on this list is a player, and this move has been talked about for like as long as I can remember. Terrence Ross to the Boston Celtics. The Celtics currently last in the NBA in bench points with only 10
How many
points
teams
off
have
their
Terrence
bench.
Ross been to? Do we know what his Terrence Ross is good on any team? The guy scores 50 and no one retains his services.
He's only been on 3 teams.
No, he's been on
The
more
Raptors,
than that, hasn't he?
the Magic, and the Phoenix Suns.
He seemed like he's been around forever.
I know. He came in the league in 2011, 2012.
Right.
8th overall pick. He could absolutely fly in his prime. I remember seeing him in a dunk contest. But what do you think about him on the Celtics?
I'm okay with him. I like Terrence Ross. He can shoot. He's an athlete. Gets out on the floor, gets out in the open court. I think he would complement how they play. As you know, Mo, it drives you crazy, but they like to shoot threes, by the way, just in case you didn't know that.
He shot almost 40% when he was in Phoenix last
season.
season.
That's what I'm saying. He fits what they're doing. So I think that would be a good pickup for them.
Well, a former Celtic, who, believe it or not, hasn't retired and is still up and about, Blake Griffin. And they think that Blake Griffin should join the Golden State Warriors. And just the other day, you spoke about how the Warriors need some size. Do you think Blake Griffin is the answer?
I would like to see the Warriors get length, size and length. They're a very small team. I mean, Draymond and Kevon Looney, they're both physical players. However, their size and length. I just saw the Spurs here. I was down at the hotel, and when you see Wembanyama, when you see him, you go, "Well, he's 7'4", 7'5".
Mm-hmm.
You got to have some type of 7-footer.
Yeah, a friend of mine went to the Clippers Spurs game last night, and I said, "Oh my God, you get to see Wemby play before I do, right, in the NBA." And she goes, she's obviously not an NBA fan. She goes, "Who's Wemby?" And I said, "You'll know." And literally within 1 minute of the game starting, she sends me a picture of Wembanyama, and she goes, "I've never seen anything like this before in my life."
Yeah, so like Mo, so I would think that the Warriors, based on the size and length of just the players in this league, that they need to get do they have any 7-footers on their team?
Dario
they
Saric,
may be the only.
Dario Saric is the tallest player at 6'11", I believe.
Yeah. So I would love for them. I like Blake Griffin. However, it seems like it's a duplicate of what they already have.
Yeah, I think the one thing I would like to see is Chris Paul and Blake Griffin coming off that bench together, just for old time's sake. Bring back Lob City, but now it's Pick and Pop City, because now Blake shoots threes instead of dunks.
Yes, I don't think there's any lobbing going on right now.
And here's the last one on the list, and it's a return back to a team that he started with. It's Kendrick Nunn signing for the Miami Heat. Obviously, they missed out when we always talk about Dame Lillard, Bradley Beal, and so they're a little bit short on depth at the guard position. Gabe Vincent, now a Laker, albeit a struggling Laker, but they're relying on Kyle Lowry, and he's averaging over 30 minutes a game so far, and at his age, 37.
I love players like Kendrick Nunn, Gabe Vincent, Matt Strus. I love players like that because, they're diamonds. They come in, they fight their way, they fight for everything, and then they hit their stride, and then the team like Miami, you can't afford to retain his services because they've outperformed how they got to there in the first place. So
he went to the Lakers last season and traded to the Wizards. He wasn't bad.
Who's this?
Kendrick Nunn.
Yes, I think Kendrick Nunn is a good fit. I don't know what they do down there in Miami, but they thrive with players like that. I wouldn't doubt if Kendrick Nunn went back there, he would really thrive in that environment. I think it's the discipline.
Familiar with the team, the coach, the system.
Yeah. I think that would be a nice pickup for them, considering you don't want to have Kyle Lowry playing extended minutes at this stage of his career. So I think that would be a good pickup for them if he's the best available.
Well, BJ, are there any free agents that we haven't discussed that spring to mind for you that you would like to see back in the league?
There isn't anyone in particular that, that comes to mind that just jumps out at me. But I mean, I'm sure there are some names out there that, that don't jump out at me that you say, "Oh, wow, I forgot this guy wasn't in the NBA," because it's always a shock, right? When you,
the Hernan Gomez brothers over.
Yeah. I realized the other day that Austin Rivers is not playing. And I was wow,
he's podcasting now.
Yeah, he's podcasting. I think he's with ESPN, I believe. So
yep.
I'm sure there are names out there, but it's a competitive league, and there are a lot of players that come in and out of the league every year. But those are some good names that you just announced.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of talent not in the league right now. Let us know in the Discord who you guys want to see your team signing, because I think there's still 10, 11 teams who have an open roster spot. So we can see a lot of this. And then, of course, there's players in the G League that they can call up. Right. There's players playing in other leagues elsewhere that they could find. So there might be some movement over the course of the NBA season. And some teams like to leave an open roster spot to facilitate trades as well. If you send out one player and get 2 or 3 in return, then, that does help. But that's another episode of the Hoop Genius podcast, BJ. We're in full season flow now. We've got a lot to look forward to this week. And we'll be back every day rocking with you guys.
Yeah, I'm just you messed me up at the beginning of the show.
I know you're still in shock. I know we can't even get in our rhythm because you're still in shock.
Yeah, I really am. I really am in shock.
Well, the question is, will you, after the announcement of this deal, will you be purchasing some Skims?
It didn't cross my mind, Bo. I can say that. I'll have to ponder that.
My brother, listen,
I'm going to have to ponder that one.
My inner immigrant is coming out for £52 for a pack of 3. There's no way you're ever going to see me wearing Skims. I'm so sorry, Kim. Feel free to send a care package, but I will not be purchasing my hard-earned coin. Anyway.
Oh, gosh. Brought to you by, I know.
No, brought to you by NBA 2K24. The best game in the world. Make sure you get your copy through the link in the description. I'm going to be on there instead of buying Skims. Make sure you subscribe, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. We'll be back tomorrow with a proper episode. Don't worry, guys. In the meantime, you guys know what it is. Get buckets.